Something I want to say, I haven't said this to you before, Sean, but I want to say it in front of everybody, and not just for his sake, but for all of ours. You know, his mom and dad got real proud over him. And I think that the way that we live our lives has an opportunity. Your parents impacted you, but you had the opportunity, maybe unawares, but the way you conducted yourself under pressure made a believer out of your mom in her son. And her pride said, yeah, you can go back into the lion's den because I know that you're going to handle it great. And I think that speaks a ton to me. I hope it speaks a ton to you, that the way we conduct our lives has an impact on our homes, on our families, and the people closest to us, and that we can live our lives in such a way that raises their spirit.
Well,
so now, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. And I'll say this as well. When I was on The Bachelorette, I had no idea how I would be portrayed. I was one of 25 guys. And honestly, I thought there wouldn't be much of a distinction between me and this guy over here. It's really hard to stand out in a big group, and I'm not the loudest guy in the room anyway. And I was so surprised once I got home and the show started to air, how people would come up to me and just say, thank you so much for taking a stance, and thank you for your morals and your integrity and character and all those things. And it's amazing how God will stand out from everybody else. Although I couldn't see it at the time, and I thought, well, this guy over here is a good guy, and this guy's a good guy, and yeah, I'm a good guy, so why should I stand out? God stood out. Right on. And believers would always come up to me and say, thank you for taking a stance in a situation that's not easy to take a stance. And then non-believers would come up and say, we really appreciate your values. Well, what they see as values is really Jesus shining through me. They just may not know it yet.
Yeah, pretty cool. Would you like to meet Catherine? Yeah. I tell you, you should be excited. If this young woman had not been on TV and in People magazine and the whole deal, she is a woman of incredible substance. And I am honored to have her obviously by, you want that? By Sean's side, but in this church. You're awesome.
You guys have a great minister. He's wonderful.
So now you even though you're in Seattle, Sean came out of Irvine, you guys kind of have a similar journey aimed at The Bachelor. Well, share your story with us, Catherine.
Well, I'm from Seattle. I was working at Amazon. I had my whole family's there, and my best friend calls me one day, and it's probably late at night. She's married. She loves living through me because she feels like she can't do all these things, and she always put things on me. So one night she calls me and she says, I'm going to put you up for The Bachelor. Which picture do you want of yourself on the application? I'm like, what are you talking about? I do not want to be a part of that show. You know, I know the reputation. I'm not that kind of girl who parades around in a bikini getting drunk and trying to get on airtime. And she's like, oh, whatever. And also, I had a boyfriend at the time, and she neglected to care. She didn't like him, so she continued on, and she says, whatever, you know, with my, you know, she really wanted me to be happy. So I tried to put it off as long as I could. Krista, please don't.